All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. This is just a quick lesson trying to remind brothers, or for people that obviously don't know what's really going on in the world, man, to not be asleep and to be alert of what's going on in the world, man, and be sure that destruction's coming upon this earth. Don't be fooled by seeing that you can kind of go back and do certain things again without any delays, and how you can go into the shop without having a mask on your face. Don't think that means anything. All right, that don't mean nothing, man. This is First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord. In fact, I'll start at verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall cometh as a thief in the night. So when they shall say peace, and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So when people are all comfortable in this world, that's when everything's going to happen. And that's literally what happened when the lockdowns came. Everyone was comfortable in the world. Everyone was laughing and joking, thinking it was a game, right? And then destruction came, and even Israelites, we was not. I'm not gonna say we was comfortable, but we was having a joke about the Moabites, saying the seas is the new ends, and it was funny seeing these Moabites catch hell, like how we catch hell for once, man. It was a good time to see that. But then slowly but surely they started trying to place the blame on us, and then eventually ended up being a thing where the whole world got locked down anyway. And then even though they kept trying to plant it and put the blame on us regarding it, it didn't work, man. They wasn't able to do it properly because everyone was against it, and the main people that was against it was Edomites. Verse 4, for ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief, because we've been waiting for this. All right, we're waiting for this day. But when we heard about these lockdowns, we wasn't surprised. When we're seeing these wars going on, when we're seeing what's happening over there in Ukraine right now, we're not surprised, because we're expecting to see even worse than that. When we saw the petrol shortages and how people was losing their minds over petrol, and how people was losing their minds over toilet roll, right, and over hand sanitizer, we weren't surprised by that, because we've been expecting for people to act like this, and we're expecting to see people do worse than that. We're expecting them to do way worse than that, man. In fact, let me read what we're expecting to see them do. All right, that's light work compared to what we're actually expecting to see these people do. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in the power. So there's going to come a time where these people are rioting on the streets, and then you might have then a newscast come on. So like, yeah, you might have a newscast come on, and then you might have one of these politicians try and say, people, ladies and gentlemen, we need to just calm down and get back and just relax and just not do these riots and all of this looting and all these kind of things. They might try and calm it down. Ladies and gentlemen, return to your homes. And people are going to be saying, F you. I ain't returning nowhere. Right? The police are going to be out there trying to stop people doing certain things. And a lot of the police are going to be getting hurt up, man. A lot of people are going to be physically doing things to the police too in that day. To the point where the police are going to be like, you know what, forget that. And then they're going to have to bring in martial law using army soldiers. Verse 17. In fact, verse 16 again, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So if they're physically able to do something, they're going to be able to. They're going to be able to do whatever their heart's desire is in that time. And there's a lot of people that have been left out from all the goodies of this world for a long time, man. So they're going to want to try and get their lick back. They're going to want to try and get theirs, because they wasn't able to get it for a long time. So if there was a man that's an incel, which stands for involuntarily celibate, we already know what that man's going to be wanting, his desire is going to be to get. If there's a person that's never had the finest things and the finest clothes, there's going to be people that are going to be clowns like that, and they're going to be running around trying to rob the finest clothes, man. People that have never wore certain watches, they're going to be robbing the jewelry stores, right? People are going to be going after whatever their desires are, man. And the people that have got a lot of sick desires out there, and it says their course of the actions are going to stand in their power, so they're going to be able to get away with the filthiness that their hearts desire, man. As long as they can physically overcome somebody else to do that, as long as they can physically achieve these wickednesses, they're going to be able to, because Yahweh's going to turn his face away from this earth and bring and allow people to do wickedness, man. And that's why it's not a time to be thinking that this world is nice and that it's for us. This place is not for us. This society has never been for us, man. This society has always been based on walking on our backs and using us as a stepping stone to success. And then now that they're done with us and they've used us for everything that they want to use us for, now they're trying to kill us off and get rid of us now. Now they're gonna start even not even playing and pretending that they like us no more. They're just gonna be straight out with it, like they are over there in Poland right now. When you've got Israelites trying to get into Poland and they're turning them away, pushing them off trains, pushing them off buses, and they're letting their Edomite brothers come in. And that, you know what? They should be doing that, to be honest with you, because that's one of the only ways it's going to wake some of you Israelites up, to make you realize that Esau is the devil. They don't care. Over there, they're not caring that you're pointing out their racism. They know that they're racist. It's just that you don't know that they are. A lot of you Israelites, you don't know that they're racist, man. You still don't even know that you're an Israelite. You still think that you're black. And that's why you get treated like that. And that's why you are surprised when they treat you like that. Because you think you're black. You don't know that you're an Israelite, and you don't know that they're Edomites and that they're your number one enemy. So they're supposed to hate you, and you're supposed to hate them. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 17. A man shall desire to come into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So houses are getting ready to be destroyed, man. People are going to bust open windows, right? They're going to climb all up through the house and take whatever they want to take from in them houses, man. And then sometimes they're going to succeed because the people inside the house can't overcome them physically. And other times they're going to lose because the people in the house ain't going to be playing around. And the people in the house are going to be more carnal than them. So sometimes they might try and climb into a house and they end up, all the people that try and enter into the house end up dead, man. And other times they're going to end up winning. And it's that these types of things are going to be happening on a continual basis, man. To the point where men are not even going to want to see another man. You're going to be scared of to see other people. Verse 18, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So people are going to be afraid. That's a scary time, man, when every single person that you meet is your enemy. I used to play them video games, right? And there's a mode that you can do on GTA, right? There's a cheat code thing that you can do on GTA where every single person just starts running after you and trying to fight you and kill you, right? That's what it's going to be like during this day, man. That's what it's going to be like in that day. Every single person around you is going to be a potential threat, man. But if you're a person that believes in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, right, then you're going to be protected from all of those things. And no matter how close it seems that you're going to be to death, you're always going to be protected from those things that you see. You're always going to have an escape. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with a sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So even if you have got abundance of food in your house, right, well, now you need the ability to protect it in that day. And with how these societies are, everyone just crammed together, man. Neighbors can watch and spy on you, man. Right? You all think that you're just putting food in your house, and they're behind their blinds, flickering the blinds. Oh, number 32's got food in, you know. Oh, number 44's got bare food, you know. We're gonna have to do something about that. You never know, man. You never know how these people are gonna get down, man. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbour, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So what's coming upon the earth is not nothing fun. Like, people that are thinking that things are going to go back to normal, I don't know what, they're lost, man. Like, obviously you have to have a job and stuff like that to make yourself have money. But some people are still trying to dive into their job and they're trying to like work their way up to the highest part of the hierarchy, and are thinking about like they're gonna like buy houses and become property developers and all of that kind of talk, man. And I don't understand why they're thinking that, because that's not what's gonna happen, man. Like, obviously, if you can build yourself some money and get some things that you can get, then get them. But like, you have a 9 to 5 job, right? But 5 to 9, you should be thinking about the scriptures. And I'll say that again. On your 9 to 5, you do your job. You can do your job. But what about on your 5 to 9? Man, what are you doing from 5 to 9? What are you doing after you finish work? Like, people try and use their job as an excuse, right? But Yahweh gave a whole lockdown for 2 years where a lot of people's jobs was affected. So what about then? And had certain systems and schemes in place to where if a person couldn't afford their rent, they wasn't just kicked out of their house straight away. So what about them? Was people worrying about the Lord then? And the answer for a lot of people is no. This is Amos chapter 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Because when you go on a lot of these comment boards and stuff like that, you have all these people commenting saying, oh, follow the way of God and all of this type of talk, right? But a lot of them are full of shit, man. Because a lot of them still believe that the Son of God is a so-called white man. They don't believe that the Son of God is what he actually looks like. They believe the BS. They believe the lie. They believe the false image. A lot of these people. And they're full of shit when they're trying to pretend as though they believe in the scriptures, man. Because if you start reading what's really going on in the Bible to a lot of these Christians, they don't want to hear it, man. They're talking about, well, agree to disagree. No, you're disagreeing with the Bible, my friend. You're not disagreeing with me, or you're not disagreeing with the whichever Israelite brother it is that's talking to you about these things when they read it. You're disagreeing with the Bible. And that's how these people are, man. These Christians, a lot of them are fake, man. They don't really believe in the scriptures. Amos chapter 5 and verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? So isn't the day of the Lord going to be a terrible day? Yes, it is. But a lot of people think that it's a game, man. A lot of people think it's a joke, and a lot of people think that they're tough enough to be able to handle what's coming. They think that, oh, I've got 7,000 cans in my house. I've got them vacuum packed, right? We've got 2,000 rounds of bullets, right? Which, if you're being real, man, like let's say you've got 2,000 rounds of ammunition in your house, right? That's at best, right? That's 2,000 people that you can kill, right? But that 2,001st person might be just the person that it takes to get what you've got. So let's say out of the 2,000 rounds, you was able to use every single one of them bullets and kill a fat one shot, one kill, right? Well, there's still loads more people in the human population than ammo that you've got, and that ammo is going to run out, man. And when the ammo runs out, then what are you going to do? If you're not physically up to par, when that fat 2,001st person shows up, they've got ammo, but you ain't got none now. Now what? Or what's going to happen if you've got all the food in the world, but you're not physically able to protect your food? Now what happens if you're trying to trust in yourself? What's going to happen? Or what's going to happen if you've got an underground bunker, but on a day when things go down, you're 100 miles away from it? Now what? You're 100 miles away from it, and you don't have enough time to get there. Now what happens? Exactly. You people really think that you can plan out the day of the Lord, like as if Yahweh isn't in control of everyone. Let me read this. As if Yahweh is in control of people. This is Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 24. Man's goings of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So a man trying to prepare for the day of the Lord and trying to do things without Yahweh in his mind, that's a joke to Yahweh, because he'll be thinking, well, what's this person trying to do, man? Okay, he's setting all up all of this, but he don't know that I've got him setting up all of that, and I'm planning on giving that to an Israelite of the elect. I'm planning on making a few Israelites of the elect go there, and they're going to stumble upon that stuff. Meanwhile, you're going to be getting ate by a wild pack of dogs. And Yahweh can do that. He can do that, man. And going to do things like that. This is Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 23. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am Yahweh, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord. So Yahweh is all about people glorifying in him, not people glorifying in the world, not people glorifying in themselves, not people thinking that they're so smart or they're so beautiful that they can just overcome anything that the earth throws at them. But that's what this world teaches. All these motivational speaking cats, they don't mention putting the Lord first regarding everything that they do. They try and say that it's up to that person's power, but the scriptures are against saying that. The scriptures let you know that the Lord decides whether you're rich or poor. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. So what these people are saying ain't what it is, man. And that's why when the day of the Lord comes, a lot of these people are going to just be looking stupid, man. They're just going to look real dumb. They're going to look real dumb, man. Let me get this scripture. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12 and verse 17. For when men will not believe that thou art full of power, thou showest thy strength, and among them that know it, thou makest their boldness manifest. And that's what Yahweh's getting ready to do. Yahweh's getting ready to make the boldness of certain men be made manifest as to why it was that they stopped doing certain things and why it was that they talked in the way that they spoke. Because a lot of people, a lot of your family and friends, for all you brothers out there and your sisters out there that believe in the Lord, a lot of you, when you're talking to people that you know, right, and they hear you mention the Bible and certain stuff like that, they're thinking in their mind a lot of the time when they hear you speak, they're thinking, shut up, man. You don't know what you're talking about. That's what they're thinking. They're thinking, man, what are you talking about? Why would God give you the knowledge of the Bible when you're just a normal guy? I know about you. Like, you ain't deep like that. That's what they're thinking in their mind, man. A lot of these people, then, when they see you talking about these things, they think they chatting smack. They don't believe you, really. Even still, now that they've saw all this lockdown stuff happen, they don't really believe it, man. They don't really believe these deep things. And it's going to be made manifest when everything goes down, because they're going to have done certain actions that show that they don't have no faith, even though they've been told about it by you. And I'm going to end the lesson there. Shalom to the nation of Israel. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and Shalom to the nation of Israel. Shalom.